At any rate, at that point, I, uh, I said, how can I control this? Because I said I should go after the big problem and the big challenge, which is myself. I said, I'm going to manipulate myself. I'm so good. You see, you can't cure psychopathy, but I'm so good. You just use your narcissism to, pump sunshine and juice into it. And so I did that to pump myself up, to say, here's the real challenge, is to manipulate yourself into controlling it, something that other people can't control. So that was a big ego feat too. So part of this, of course, ego and narcissism involved. But I tried to use that as a font of energy and motivation to drive this thoroughbred I thought I was now on, to control myself. So I started with that by every time I was dealing with my wife at the beginning, I would say, what would a good guy do in this situation? Whether it's very simple, who do you pour the wine for? Do you go to the funeral, or do you end up at the beach bar, which I always did, and instead of going to her funeral, family's funeral, and so there were all sorts of things. So I went out of my way to recognize these and then try to do what a good guy would do. And then she noticed this without me telling her that. And then other people noticed it too. So it was like, okay, I can control those. And then how can I control these as an addiction? I said, because this sounds like, to me, because I did a lot of work studying the neurotransmitters and genetics of addiction. And I said, if I really look at this, looks like, so treat it like an addiction, which means that you don't really get over it. What you do is manage it, but you do have to do it on a day-to-day basis. Every day you got to say, you can't, don't do this. Remember, tie the string around your finger. Don't do that thing. And so I have this sort of leitmotif going on. I wake up, it's like, remember to do that. Because I wouldn't, if I don't, I'll go right back to it, doing that. So I have to be cognizant, very explicitly cognizant. So I got to use that, that whole dorsal stream, the dorsal prefrontal cortex, the executive function, to keep sort of a scratch pad memory going, to remember to do this and to recognize those situations where I might be doing it, at a party, at a bar, talking to people, or whatever it is, and remind myself. So I had to, and I still have to do it that way, because it's not going to go away, right? And so that's the technique that I used, and it seems to be okay, and my wife appreciates the people around me. It doesn't mean I'm so great, but it's a bit better for them. But it's, you got to treat it like a professional challenge, right? And so you have to be able, what's the get on this? The get on this is, I can do that thing, you see. It's not fun, but I can do that thing. So it is, I have to use all those traits that would be otherwise, perhaps used against other people, against myself to control this. And so, no, it's no fun. I sleep longer, it's exhausting to be a nice person. I don't know how people do it, really. I don't. So no, I can't stand it.